Hanna-Barbera was an animation studio that was formed in 1957 and went defunct in 2001. It was founded by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera and was responsible for cartoons like Scooby-Doo, The Flintstones, and Yogi Bear. And in its 44 years, it made roughly 175 different television series. And here's a fact, kind of, for all of them. The Rough and Ready Show. Rough and Ready were a cat-dog duo, but now have been rebooted to be robots. The Huckleberry Hound Show. The term Huckleberry Hound is prison slang. The Quick Draw McGraw Show. Quick Draw McGraw is the only solo act in his show, with the other two segments being duos. The Flintstones. The very last episode of The Flintstones to air for the first time was the pilot. The Yogi Bear Show. I thought Snagglepuss was the Pink Panther. Top Cat. Top Cat was very popular in Mexico. The Hanna-Barbera new cartoon series. 2 of the 3 segments have been fully released on DVD, except for Touche Turtle. The Jetsons. There is an alien in the later seasons named Orbity. The Magilla Gorilla Show. The Classic Collection release has all 31 episodes, and the Diamond Collection release only has 23. Johnny Quest. The show that kind of turned into the Venture Brothers. The Peter Potamus Show. The Peter Potamus Show stars a hippo and a monkey in a hot air balloon that's a boat exploring the world. The Adamant / Secret Squirrel Show. On Wikipedia, there isn't a picture of the show, just Hanna and Barbera. Sinbad Jr. and His Magic Belt has 35 episodes made up of 102 segments, but you can't watch them all. Laurel and Hardy does not star Laurel nor Hardy. Frankenstein Jr. and the Impossibles. I don't think Frankenstein Jr. or the Impossibles actually ever met. Space Ghost and Dino Boy. One of them became a talk show host. The Space Cadets. The Space Cadets have 9 episodes with space in the title, and there's only 20 episodes. We'll Take Manhattan. We'll Take Manhattan never took Manhattan, as it was never picked up. The Abbott and Costello cartoon show was a cartoon. Birdman and the Galaxy Trio. Birdman, after his crime-fighting days, became a lawyer. The Herculoids. In the revival, the segments split the time in half. Shazam. Don Messick plays a character called Kabooby. Fantastic Four. The 10th episode is actually the 17th episode. Moby Dick and Mighty Mightor. The complete series was released on DVD on July 19th, 2011. Samson and Goliath. In 1968, Samson and Goliath was retitled Young Samson. The World, Color It Happy was not wanted by any network. The Banana Splits Adventure Hour. The Banana Splits are secretly murderers. The Adventures of Gulliver. The story of the cartoon is credited to the creators of Scooby-Doo, but the series is based off Jonathan Swift's novel. The New Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. The 10th episode, The Curse of Tut, was turned into a comic issue. Wacky Races. Wacky Races got 2 spin-offs the year that it ended. The Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Don Messick played 4 returning characters, those being Dum Dum, Snoozy, Pockets, and Zippy. Dastardly and Muttley in Their Flying Machines was originally called Stop That Pigeon. Chattanooga Cats released an album called Chattanooga Cats, of which there were 10 writers. Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Scooby was originally not a Great Dane. Where's Huddles? Where's Huddles ran as a replacement for Hee Haw. Harlem Globetrotters did not star the real Harlem Globetrotters. Josie and the Pussycats. Melody, the drummer, has ears that moved when there was danger. The Pebbles and Bam Bam Show. is one of the first shows to have Hanna-Barbera's limited laugh track. Hell, it's the Hair Bear Bunch. I Need Somebody, Not Just Anybody. The Funky Phantom, the first Hanna-Barbera series from Australia. Duffy's Dozen, Nobody Wanted. The Amazing Chan and the Chan Clan. This story kind of came from 1925. Wait Till Your Father Gets Home had 48 episodes, half in the first season, 20 in the second, and a whopping 4 episodes in the third. The Flintstones Comedy Hour was later called the Flintstones Comedy Show. The Roman Holidays is the Flintstones, but worse and more recent. C-Lab 2020. C-Lab 2020 has 2 unaired episodes. The New Scooby-Doo Movies. The New Scooby-Doo Movies is difficult to watch in full because there's never been a full DVD release of every single episode. Josie and the Pussycats in Outer Space are the Pussycats with Josie, but now they're in outer space. Speed Buggy. Speed Buggy was Scooby-Doo, but get rid of Scooby and throw them in a car with a stutter. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kids is available on DVD. Yogi's Gang. Yogi's Gang is a crossover show between the Huckleberry Hound Show, the Quick Draw McGraw Show, the Yogi Bear Show, the Hanna-Barbera New Cartoon Series, the Magilla Gorilla Show, the Peter Potto Show, the Animat Show, and the Secret Squirrel Show. Super Friends. Super Friends turns 51 this September. Goober and the Ghost Chasers is another Scooby-Doo clone, but now the dog is invisible sometimes. Inch High Private Eye was literally 1 inch tall. Genie. Genie featured Mark Hamill in his first ever voice role. The Addams Family did not star Jenna Ortega as Wednesday, but instead Cindy Henderson. Hong Kong Phooey is the #1 super guy. Devlin. Devlin is a drama. Hanna-Barbera made very few of those. Partridge Family 2200 AD was originally a Jetsons revival switched with the characters from the sitcom The Partridge Family. These Are the Days. The 12th and 13th episodes were aired 10 months apart. Valley of the Dinosaurs has a narrator who is Don Messick. Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch. Wheelie and the Chopper Bunch is the 70s version of Cars. Korg 70,000 BC has a dumb name. The New Tom and Jerry Grape Ape Mumbly Show. The New Tom and Jerry Grape Ape Mumbly Show changed names twice. The Scooby-Doo Dynamite Hour was originally an hour long, but then it was 90 minutes long, so not so much an hour. Clue Club. Clue Club got a board game, but it was only released in Europe in 1979. Jabberjaw. Jabberjaw made an appearance in a fountain in the Teen Titans Go episode, Warner Bros. 100th Anniversary. Targot's Treasure was unwanted in Australia and in the US. Fred Flintstone and Friends was more of a programming block than a show. Scooby's All-Star Laugh Olympics was the Olympics with the team of Scooby-Doo, Yogi Bear, and Mumbly. CB Bears. Hustle, Boogie, and Bump are the CB Bears. The Skatebirds. The Skatebirds was actually referred to as Skatebirds in the title card. The all-new Super Friends Hour. The all-new Super Friends Hour was just a cash grab to try to get the ratings due to the popularity of the Wonder Woman series. The Beach Girls. Nobody Wanted. The Hanna-Barbera Happy Hour was a failure. The Funny World of Fred and Barney was not wanted, but it was going to be primetime. The all-new Popeye Hour. The all-new Popeye Hour's 10th episode's third segment is called Popeye's Engine Company. Yogi Space Race. Yogi Space Race is a crossover series that is essentially wacky races, but in space. Challenge of the Super Friends does not have the Joker in it. The Godzilla Power Hour has a really nice looking title card. Go Go Globetrotters is just a package of different shows all mixed together. The new Fred and Barney show. I'm pretty sure they met the Thing and Shmoo. Fred and Barney meet the Thing. I was right. Sergeant TKU was live action and a crime drama, and was also never made. America vs. the World was live action and also never made. Casper and the Angels. Casper and the Angels stars Casper and the Angels. The new Shmoo. What's a Shmoo? I did hear that he got to meet Fred and Barney, though. The Super Globetrotters. First aired on September 22nd, 1979. Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo is the better version of Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo. The World's Greatest Super Friends is also known as Super Friends 4. Fred and Barney meet the Shmoo. I knew they met. Amigo and Friends. In Chinese, Amigo and Friends is called Comedian and His Friends. The BB Beagle Show. The BB Beagle Show was never picked up, but it was going to have puppets. Super Friends is making me really tired of DC. Drak Pack. Drak Pack had its only season in the fall season of 1980. Hanna-Barbera's World of Super Adventure is just another programming block. It's called a wheel show because it had a lot of things rotating in and out. The Flintstone Comedy Hour is actually known outside of America as Flintstone Frolics. The Fonz and the Happy Days Gang actually starred Henry Winkler and Ron Howard. The Richie Rich Scooby-Doo Show has Scrappy too. Laverne and Shirley are in the Army now. Space Stars. Space Stars was a mix of Hanna-Barbera characters that are from space. The Quickie Koala Show starred Quickie Koala, the Bungle Brothers, Crazy Claus, and Dirty Dog. Trollkins. Trollkins is described as a cross between the Smurfs and the Dukes of Hazzard. The Smurfs. The Smurfs ran for 9 seasons, made up of 256 episodes, made up of 419 segments. The Flintstone Funnies is just a repackaged version of the Flintstone Comedy Show. The Pac-Man, Little Rascals, Richie Rich Show did not air in that order during the episode. It was Little Rascals, then Richie Rich, then the Little Rascals again, then Richie Rich again, and then finally Pac-Man. Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley, Fonz Hour. Combined 3 classic shows, animated spin-offs, and it also starred Robin Williams. The Scooby and Scrappy-Doo Puppy Hour. This is when we got to meet Yabba-Doo. Jokebook. Jokebook is the final Hanna-Barbera show to use a laugh track. Shirt Tales has a character named Kip Kangaroo, which is voiced by Bart Simpson. The Gary Coleman Show. The Gary Coleman Show's 7th episode aired on October 30th, 1982. The Dukes had all 4 of the Duke boys from the Dukes of Hazzard. The Monchichis, Little Rascals, Richie Rich Show has only new episodes of one of the 3 segments. The Pac-Man, Rubik, the Amazing Cube Hour that gave a weird face to a Rubik's Cube. The new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo show were released in 2 different years with 2 different titles. The Baz Kits. What are Baz Kits? Lucky Luke. Lucky Luke has voice actors that are known. Benji, Zax, and the Alien Prince. The Alien Prince's name is Yubi. Going Bananas. Going Bananas is a live-action sitcom about an orangutan whose last name is Banana. Snorks. Frank Welker played 5 of the 14 main characters from the Snorks. Scary Scooby Funnies is just a rerun package. Challenge of the GoBots. The GoBots are Transformers, but they're not. Pink Panther and Sons. Pink Panther and Sons' 13th episode's first segment is a reference to the Beatles' third album and first movie, A Hard Day's Night. Super Friends, the legendary superpowers show. More Super Friends. Woohoo. Pawpaws. Pawpaws in 2014 was listed as a cartoon of the 1980s that doesn't deserve remembrance. Yogi's Treasure Hunt. Yogi's Treasure Hunt brings back a lot of the retro Hanna-Barbera characters for a giant crossover. Galtar and the Golden Lance ended on a cliffhanger. The Superpowers team, Galactic Guardians. I don't care what you call it, this is Super Friends 8. The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo also ended on a cliffhanger, but it was later resolved with the 2019 movie Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. Scooby's Mystery Funhouse. It's just more prepackaged reruns with a different name. The Berenstain Bears was developed by Joe Cates. CBS Story Break is more or less a spinoff of Captain Kangaroo. The Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera. It's a programming block, but for some reason it's listed as a show. Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf is also known as The Cartoon Adventures of Teen Wolf, just a longer title for no reason. The New Adventures of Johnny Quest. The New Adventures of Johnny Quest has an exclusive character who is a living stone man named Hard Rock, and he doesn't come back in any other versions of Johnny Quest. Pound Puppies. Pound Puppies' composer is Hoyt Curtin, who is Hanna-Barbera's primary musical director and composer. The Flintstone Kids is the first Flintstone series that does not include a laugh track. Foofer. Foofer is just another series about a talking dog that Frank Welker also voices. Wildfire. In the first episode of Wildfire, there's a kidnapping of a royal weaver, so the royal weaver will make a dress. Sky Commanders. Sky Commanders takes place on a continent that emerged in the South Pacific. Popeye and Son. Popeye and Son was developed by Jeff Siegel, John Loy, and Kelly Ward, the latter of which played Putsy in 1978's Grease. Skedaddle. Skedaddle was one of the very few game shows produced by Hanna-Barbera, but it only lasted 6 weeks. A Pup Named Scooby-Doo. A Pup Named Scooby-Doo revealed that Scooby is a quadruplet, with one sister named Ruby and 2 brothers named Skippy and Howdy, but never mentioned his other brother, Yabba. The Complete Mental Misadventures of Ed Grimley was one of very few late-night adult programs to air on Cartoon Network before Adult Swim launched. The New Yogi Bear Show. The New Yogi Bear Show is the first time Yogi Bear was not voiced by his original voice actor, Dawes Butler, as he passed away 4 months prior to the debut of the series. Fantastic Max. Fantastic Max has a toy called FX, who is from Twinkle Twinkle. The Further Adventures of Super Ted. He's called Super Ted because he's a teddy bear who has superhero powers. Paddington Bear. Paddington Bear ran on the network ITV in the UK. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventures was made by Hanna-Barbera, but only for 1 season. The Adventures of Don Quixote and Sancho Panda was made with the Italian public service broadcaster. Tom and Jerry Kids. Tom and Jerry Kids has never had a home release of any season other than season 1. Wake, Rattle, and Roll was named Jump, Rattle, and Roll for some reason only when it aired on Disney Channel. Gravedale High. Gravedale High has a character named Blobby, and I think that's great. Midnight Patrol Adventures in the Dream Zone got a scrolling platformer game named after what the series is called in the UK, Potsworth & Co. The Pirates of Darkwater. The Pirates of Darkwater started as a mini-series called Darkwater. Yo Yogi. Yo Yogi is the 7th Yogi Bear series. Young Robin Hood. Young Robin Hood aired as a part of the Funtastic World of Hanna-Barbera programming block. Capital Critters. 11 out of the 13 episodes were written by Nat Molden. The Addams Family. The Addams Family's first season was composed by the composer behind The Fairly Odd Parents, Danny Phantom, and Back at the Barnyard. Droopy Master Detective. Droopy Master Detective is a spin-off of not the Droopy the Dog shorts, but Tom and Jerry Kids. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. Captain Planet and the Planeteers featured Whoopi Goldberg on the main cast for the first 3 seasons. Two Stupid Dogs. Two Stupid Dogs, they don't have names. There's just Big Dog and Little Dog. That's so stupid. SWAT Kats, the Radical Squadron, is getting revived. The Moxie Show. The Moxie Show is the very first Cartoon Network original show, but nobody ever talks about it. What a Cartoon. What a Cartoon gave us the Powerpuff Girls, Courage the Cowardly Dog, and even Johnny Bravo. Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber has SpongeBob, but not Jim Carrey. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest. The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest aired its 32nd episode, Cyber Switch, on December 18th, 1996. Cave Kids. Cave Kids is the last Hanna-Barbera series to air on syndication. Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter's Laboratory was only made by Hanna-Barbera for seasons 1 and 2. Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was Seth MacFarlane's first big writing job. Cow and Chicken. Cow and Chicken starred a cow and chicken. I Am Weasel was a weasel. The Powerpuff Girls. The Powerpuff Girls is the very last Hanna-Barbera produced show. And that was one fact, kind of, about every Hanna-Barbera show ever.